If you happen to be watching this video and you would care to share, I'd be very interested to hear what you think about this dimension, like what your take on it is in terms of like God and spirituality and all that. My take on it would revolve around the idea that we're all God playing a trick on ourselves, and we see, we identify with these egos, and so we can put labels on things and occupy a certain personality. The reality is that we're part of a collective consciousness, and that collective consciousness is synchronized between all decisions. So I have this idea that fucking hell, my mind's gone blank. I have this idea that the collective consciousness makes all the decisions, or God, if you want to call it that, and the egos make their little decisions as well, but it's really all a facade because God is actually making the decisions, which is also us. But it's not you in the egoic sense. I am God, which is, I think, what a lot of schizophrenic people get wrong when they have their episodes. You think that you're God, but the reality is that you probably are, but not in the way that you act. It's like, I've always liked the statement, the shaman swims where the schizophrenic drowns, because schizophrenia, what happens to your mind, it's kind of like it can be like a spiritual awakening in a way. The only problem is if you've got schizophrenia, which is just a word at the end of the day, the diagnosis, is you can be subject to delusions, which is where you start drowning instead of swimming. But I believe that the kind of thing what happens over when you open Pandora's box in your mind, it doesn't necessarily, it's like biting the apple, it doesn't necessarily have completely negative outcomes. So you can learn from it. Unfortunately, my capacity to experience that side of life has been completely chemically castrated. So my capacity to draw from the infinite is now limited, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. I mean, I'd rather not end up back in here, to be honest with you. So maybe chemical castration's the best thing, really. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe the Christians are right. Maybe it is just Jesus and a man called God in the sky, Yahweh. And there is a hell with Satan in it and all that. Or maybe that's just part of the puzzle, and in the scheme of things is a lot more broader than that. And that's just one piece of it. Because to me, it doesn't really make any sense, the whole idea of heaven and hell for eternity. I mean, it's just all the different ideas that are floating around in the collective consciousness of man over what the state of affairs is. They don't connect well to that idea, in my opinion. I'm not saying there isn't a hell. I think there probably is very grim outcomes that can happen to your character if you let it fall below a certain point of dignity and you don't strive to tell the truth and be the best version of yourself. I don't know, maybe it's the weak go to hell. Maybe it's simply the sinful go to hell. Which I suppose could be put into the same category. Because sin, it means to miss the mark, and I suppose is weakness in of itself. Um, yeah. I don't know, I just felt like talking into the camera, so I'm saying things, as you probably gathered.